Dear students, welcome to this session. In this session, we are going to look into the in different types of DC motor. What is the relation between the terminal voltage and the back EMF? Where do we find the back EMF? We find the back EMF in the armature winding. So first we consider the shunt wound motor. In case of a shunt wound motor, this is the representation of the armature winding, and this is the two brushes, and armature winding has a armature resistance of Ra, and these are the two brushes, and Ia represents the armature current, and this is the field winding which is connected in parallel to the armature winding, and this path carries a current of ISH, that is a field winding current, and field winding has a resistance of RSH, and this motor is connected to the external voltage source, and its voltage is capital V, represented as capital V, and this is a DC supply, so we have a polarity plus and minus. When motor is connected, motor will start drawing the when motor starts running, it will start drawing the current from the voltage source, and that is represented as IL. And in this case you can see IL is equal to Ia plus ISH. IL is equal to Ia plus ISH, and the voltage between this point and this point is V, which is also voltage of this field winding. Therefore V is equal to, what is the voltage across the field winding? That is V is equal to ISH into RSH, or ISH is equal to V divided by RSH. Now how to represent the voltage? So in case of a motor, we should start from the terminal side. V is equal to whatever the applied voltage, V is equal to, it supplies all the voltage drops. So what are the different voltage drops? V is equal to, we have the terminal connecting leads. If there is a voltage drop, that voltage drop plus voltage drop at the brush plus the voltage drop in the armature IaRa plus the back EMF EB. So you can see, if we neglect the connecting lead voltage drop, we can say V is equal to EB plus IaRa plus V voltage drop at the brush, and that is how we find the relation between the terminal voltage and the back EMF. Here in case of a series motor, you can see the field winding is connected in parallel in series with the armature winding. Therefore the whatever the voltage that is applied here, when it starts, motor starts drawing the current, that load current would be same as the armature current, which the same amount of current will flow through the field winding as well. Therefore in case of a series motor, IL is equal to Ia is equal to ISC. Let us say ISC is the current through the field winding, all the currents would be exactly the same. So IL is equal to ISC is equal to Ia, the same current, there is only one path for the current, so same amount of current will flow in all the windings, field winding and the armature winding. Now what would be the relation between the applied voltage V and the, or you can say terminal voltage V and the back EMF? Here you can see V is equal to, so if there is a connecting drop here, then terminal voltage drop at the connecting terminals, plus we have this field winding has a resistance of RSC, therefore there is a voltage drop here. That voltage drop would be Ia into RSC or ISC into RSC, because all the currents are same, so that is the voltage drop. And when you come to here, we have the drop in the brushes, that is the brush drop, and we have the drop in the armature winding. Armature winding has a resistance of Ra, current flowing is Ia, therefore the drop would be IaRa, plus the finally is the back EMF. So in case of a series motor, how we represent? V is equal to, neglecting this particular connecting lead voltage drop, V is equal to ISC into RSC plus brush drop plus IARA plus EB, or you can say, you can write it as V is equal to EB plus IARA plus ISC into RSC plus V brush. Next, we will see the similar relation in case of a long shunt and the short shunt compound generators, compound motor. So this is the short shunt motor. In case of a short shunt motor, the connection we already know. This is the part of the winding which is connected in parallel with the armature winding. This combination is connected in series with the another part of the field winding, and this whole connection is connected to the supply voltage capital V. So when current is drawn from the motor IL, so you can see the current that is flowing here is, if it is ISC is equal to IL because they are in series. Once it comes to this particular node, the IL is equal to ISC will get divided into two parts. One is ISH and one is IA. ISH is the current that will flow in the field winding, and IA is the current that will flow in the armature winding. Now this, the voltage drop across these 2 points is ISH into RSH, and the same would be like we can find the voltage drop across these two in terms of V and the voltage drop in the series winding, that is ISC into RSC. So basically V minus ISC into RSC would be the voltage drop across this. Then we have brush drop and armature drop, that is IA into RA plus back EMF. So how do we represent? First is IL is equal to ISC, then IL is equal to ISC is equal to ISH plus IR, then V is equal to ISC into RSC. Okay, then you take this path, either I can take this path or this path. V is equal to ISC into RSC plus brush drop plus IARA plus EB. So that is one equation. Second one is V is equal to ISC into RSC, then the voltage drop, that is ISH into RSH. Therefore V is equal to ISC into RSC plus ISH into RSH. So that is how we can get the equation in case of a short shunt motor. In case of a long shunt motor, the applied voltage V and we have the load current. In this case the connection would be a series part would be in series with the armature winding, and the parallel part would be parallel to the combination of the series and the armature winding. So whenever the load current comes to this node, it will get divided into two parts. So IL is equal to ISH plus IA, and the current through RSC, that is the field winding which is in parallel, is ISC. ISC is equal to IA because both are in the same path. Therefore IL is equal to ISH plus IA, and IA is equal to ISC. And once the current comes here, then we will have the voltage drop would be here, that is IA into RSC or ISC into RSC. Then brush drop would be there, then IARA drop plus back EMF. Okay, and if you go in this path, what would be the voltage drop? ISH into RSH. That is basically the voltage drop between these 2 points. So let us find the relation between terminal voltage V and EB. V is equal to, so if you take this path, we have a drop here, that is IA into RSC plus armature drop plus brush drop plus armature drop, that is IA into RA, then plus EB. So that is one equation. Or we can also say the applied voltage is the same between these 2 points. So V is equal to ISH into RSH. So based on these relations. We will see this in the problems also. The same relations would be there in the problem. While solving the problem, we can re-emphasize the relations. Okay, so first one is 250 volt shunt motor takes total current of 20 amperes. This is IL, takes total current is 20 amperes. 250 volt is the terminal voltage. Shunt field resistance and armature resistance is 200 ohm RSH and RA 0.3. Determine value of back EMF EB we need to find out, and gross mechanical power in the armature. So what is the gross mechanical power developed in the armature? EB, we know power is voltage into current. In case of a armature, mechanical power developed in the armature is EB, that is the back EMF in the armature, into armature current. EBIA will give us the gross mechanical power in the armature. First we need to find out the relation between the terminal voltage and the back EMF. Based on that we can solve this particular problem. So it's a shunt motor. So in case of a shunt motor, the applied voltage V is equal to ISH into RSH. Therefore ISH is equal to V divided by RSH. V is 250 and RSH is 200. We get it as 1.25 amperes. And what is the relation between the currents? IL is equal to IA plus ISH. Therefore IA is equal to IL minus ISH. IL is 20 amperes minus 1.25, that is 18.75 amperes is the IA. Now in case of a shunt motor, what is the relation? V is equal to EB plus IARA, or EB is equal to V minus IARA. Therefore if you substitute those values, 250 minus 18.75 into 0.3, you get 244.4 volt, and then we can calculate the mechanical power. EB is calculated as 244.4 volt. So then mechanical power developed in the armature is equal to EB into IA, 244.4 into 18.75, that is 4582.5 watt. The next problem, a 230 volt motor has a armature circuit resistance. So V is equal to 230, armature circuit resistance RA is equal to 0.6. If full load armature current, so what is this 30 amperes? It is a full load armature current IA is equal to 30 amperes, and no load armature current is 4 amperes. Now what we have to find the change in the back EMF from no load to full load. So it's a very simple problem they have asked. They have given the armature current in two different conditions. One is full load. When it is full load, IA was 30 amperes. When there was no load on the motor, IA is 4 amperes. We have to find what is the difference in the back EMF that is generated, and we know the equation. V is equal to IARA plus EB, or EB is equal to V minus IARA. At no load, EB is equal to 230 is given, IA is given at no load 4 amperes into 0.6, that will come as 227.6. At no load the amount of back EMF produced is higher, and at full load EB is equal to 230 minus the IA, the current is 30 amperes for the full load, and if you calculate you get it as 212 volt. So what would be the change in the back EMF from no load to full load? 15.6 volt. So here you can notice that we talked about the DC motors are self-regulating. So this is how it will regulate. When the load increases, what will happen is the speed will reduce and the back EMF generated will reduce, and terminal voltage being the same, the armature current will increase. When armature current increases, the torque increases. That is how it will cater the full load. The next one, a 4-pole 500 volt shunt motor has 720 wave connected conductors. in armature, full load armature current is 60 amperes and the flux per pole is 0.03 Weber. The armature resistance is 0.2 ohm and contact drop is 1 volt per brush. Calculate the full load speed of the motor. Now this is a combination, a relation between the terminal voltage and the back EMF and this EMF equation of the back EMF. So using these two equations we can find out what are the given values. P is equal to 4, V is equal to 500 and there are 720 conductors. Z is equal to 720. Wave connected. Wave means what? A is equal to 2, that is number of parallel paths would be equal to 2. The full load armature current IA is given 60 amperes. Phi is given as 0.03 Weber. The armature resistance RA is given as 0.2 ohm and the brush voltage drop is given 1 volt per brush. 2 brushes means 2 volt is the brush drop. Calculate the full load speed. So we have to calculate the speed. So in case of a shunt motor, the relation is V is equal to if you start from the connection side, V is equal to, then comes the IARA, okay, then comes the brush drop plus IARA plus EB, or V is equal to EB plus IARA plus brush drop. So except EB, all the values are given as discussed here. Substitute those values, you get EB as 486 volt. Now we calculated the EB. We know the formula for the back EMF, which is same as the EMF equation of the generator EG. So EB is equal to P phi Zn divided by 60A. P is given number of poles, phi flux per pole is given 0.03 Weber, and it is a speed is the one we have to calculate, and EB we calculated A, it is a wave connected, so A is equal to 2. And if you rewrite this equation as N is equal to EB into 60 into A divided by P phi Z and substitute all the values and do the calculation, we get the speed as 675 RPM.